Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Rated ReZero. Tonight we're on episode 11. Wow, 11 out of 13. Wait, is that actually true? That's crazy to me if that is true. Wait, I'm checking. Yeah, only 13. That's actually crazy. I'm almost done with the first season. Wow. So, what happened last time? Last episode was, there were like, oh my goodness, there were like 3 things that happened. Well, bigger, more than 3, but like 3, I feel like, most important things. There was the very start where Puck killed. So I have a list, by the way, of things I'm trying to talk about a little bit. I'm gonna write Puck on. Puck kills Subaru after killing Betelgeuse, right? That entire thing happens. Then Subaru's back with Rem, loop resets, and he is just so mentally defeated at this point that he's like, you know what? I'm gonna run away. I'm done with this. I bring destruction in my wake. I'm useless. I'm horrible. Everything's horrible. Run away with me. Abandon them. Easy clap. That's what he says to Rem, right? Rem, of course, waifu, maid, support. I'm out of like synonyms or whatever. She clutches it out. She talks to him a lot. Gives him a lot of emotional help. Really like pulls him out of it through. I think the part that stood out to me the most was kind of him saying how much he hated himself, and then her saying like, "I see that, but I still love you, and so rely on my love to like." Get past your hate kind of thing. Like, if you don't love yourself, then let me love you for you kind of thing. And that's super sweet, and really, I do enjoy that at least. And by the end of, a lot of really, heartfelt dialogue between the two of these characters, we have the, end of the episode, which then leads us to Prime Subaru talking to, or the end of the first half, right? Talking, and then Subaru starts talking to Cruz, starts talking to Anastasia, doesn't talk to Priscilla because we hate Priscilla, get her out of here. But overall, just, forming an alliance with everybody so we can go kill the whale. And then he's probably going to leverage them after the whale to deal with the witch cult, at least. We can definitely tell that this is going to be a successful line just because it's Prime Subaru and he's had that really emotional talk with Rem, and I don't think they're going to cut out that character development. So just a little meta stuff we can try to assume from there. But yeah, right now we got the entire squad. We're at the what's the name of the tree? Like Lugel's tree or something. We're at the tree. We're feeling good. A whale is here, and like the absolute beautiful maniac that Super is, him and Rem charge out in front of everyone when they're like stuck. Because what's more inspiring to follow than an idiot? And I don't mean that like in a mean way, but literally, it's like this guy is weak. And we all saw him like making a fool of himself at the old wise men meeting a few days ago, or like a week ago, or probably a few days ago, right? It was pretty recent. It just feels longer to us because we keep doing these loops, right? But we saw this guy make a fool of him, but now he's this weak guy that has no strength, and he's charging out to fight the whale. And it's like, well, I'm stronger than him, and if he's willing to charge, then I'm willing to charge too. That's crazy. So I feel like, okay, now that was the last episode. Now I monologue, okay? It's monologue time. I'm going to try to see, there's like a lot of characters in this show, right? And they're taking a lot of actions, right? And I'm not going to apologize for what I've said because they were in the moment what I felt. And I think that's useful, right? But think about Betty and Puck and Rem. Not Rem as much, but like Betty and Puck have been like, we really needed them to help out Subaru in a couple clutch moments, and they weren't there for him, They were dealing with their own crap, which then just made things get worse, and they, Puck kills Subaru a couple times, Betty drops him off in the forest, etc., etc. So it's just like, in the moment, it's really easy to get mad at them. But I feel like there's like a lot going on, and we can like dig into that, and that's my long-winded way of me saying I'm about to start talking about them. So okay, so Betty, let's just try to figure out Betty real quick a little bit. Betty, who the frick is Betty? She's okay, so she's the like keeper of the manor. She's crazy magician ability. I don't remember if she was second to Roswell or if Roswell was second to her when she was in the manor, but they're like really neck and neck. That's kind of the way I'm thinking of. They're both really strong. Especially because Betty's literally tied to the manor in how strong she is with her abilities. We know that because when Ram was going sicko mode, and like Betty was protecting Subaru from Ram, there was some dialogue there that I think clued us in towards that, as well as maybe some other stuff. which makes us even more scared of the cult, by the way, because they were able to get past a inside manor Betty, which is really intimidating. But we got the entire squad with the whale, so I think we'll be able to deal with it. But yeah, I mean, so that's Betty. And when we formed like a contract with her, she was here for it. You know, she was protecting Subaru. She was doing all the stuff. Even with Rem dead, she was keeping it all together. The issue is when everything was hopeless, she gave up, right? Which understandable, quite frankly, you know, because entire village is dead. I don't know if she knows about that. She probably can assume the village, but at least all the kids are dead. They were at the manor. So bunch of kids died in her care. Ram is dead. Rem shows up in some of these lines and gets killed. I don't remember specifically if when Rem showed up in the line that I'm getting mad at Betty for. Because, wait, I'm thinking? No, the one I'm getting mad at Betty for. Wait a second. I'm pulling up the episode. You can't stop me. Episode, okay, so I'm on 11, 10, 9. Wait a second. Wait a second. So this was when I got mad at Betty in the line that Amelia died. Wait, this changes everything. And I don't even know if you're understanding me right now. Okay, so like, holy crap, this is awakening. Also, Otto's a dude. I'm gonna just get that out there. Otto's a dude. Someone, I don't remember, somebody told me, and in the comments or in the Discord, bro. Otto's a dude. I can't, he looks like a chick. He's got long hair, and honestly, like, every character is kind of androgynous. If you put Amelia's, like, or Subaru's face on Amelia, I would think that that's still a girl, you know, despite it having Subaru's face. Okay, point aside. The witches didn't even attack here, did they? The villagers aren't dead. No one's dead, except Amelia and Subaru. And not Subaru, but Amelia. So, huh? Because look at this. I mean, Rem has been wiped from everyone's memory, so she's kind of a non-factor. Ram is just chilling, right? She doesn't know what's going on. She's just having a good time. The villager children might still even be in the village. I mean, how ahead of the curve are we on this? The time frame is what's getting me, because I don't know, in this red lighting, I don't know if the witches have killed people yet. I don't know how much I can relate and sympathize with and agree with even Betty's hopelessness here, because I'm not sure how bad it is, right? Because it's different in these lines that Subaru was going through, where everyone's dead, and if everyone's dead and Betty remains, and Betty sends Subaru off and says, like, I'm not dealing with you, like, I've seen enough death and suffering, and I don't want that, then that makes a lot of sense, right? Because, I mean, if that many people have died, I'm not gonna kill the butler. I'm just done. I'm over it. Get out of here. I'm gonna go, I don't know. I'm out of here, right? That's what Betty would be thinking, and that would make a lot of sense to me. But in this line, all that's happened is Amelia's dead, and then Betty just walks up. And the red lighting is very ominous. It makes me think the witch cult is about to attack, or is attacking. But then they're outside in the forest, so that's not even necessarily true. I don't think they've attacked yet. So why is she being a little monster? A little hoe, one might say. I think maybe Amelia's just way more important than I ever would have thought. To, like, everyone. I mean, she is, like, super central, of course, because, like, Roswell, you know, entire thing is, let's get Amelia as the priestess king. Like, she's gonna be the new king. But, like, is her dying enough to send Betty over the edge like this? I mean, that's interesting, because that's what it seems to be. Where's some of your dialogue? Give me some of your little dialogue, you little, child. She has such a big forehead. You little crazy. Okay, wait, if you want to die, then die on your own. I mean, this is something that we already, like, this isn't new for her, because when we think back to the Ram thing that I already mentioned, she didn't want to kill, or she didn't want Subaru to die. Like, she said dialogue similar to this in the past. So, like, it's consistent for her character. I'm not saying it's inconsistent. Like, let me be clear. You would ask me to kill you. Yeah, I guess. Cool. Pog. But nothing bad has happened other than Amelia getting munched, bro. But how... they really invest in Amelia. This is enough. I guess that makes sense. That got me reconsidering. I had, like, Okay, wait, this is the dialogue I was looking for. Let me hold my horses. Betty is not like Roswell. True. Even if it would secure a future for me. Okay. I've had enough of pain, suffering, fear. Okay, so what's happened with her? I don't know. I don't know the pain, suffering, and fear that she's talking about because this is like just what's the word? Backstory. This is just, she probably has some crazy backstory trauma, but I don't freaking know. But it sculpted her into someone that when pressed with a corpse of Amelia is just done with it and just throws Subaru and her corpse into the forest. And I mean, to throw her corpse specifically, I think is like, I mean, that's even pressing the fact that she's just so done with it. I don't even want to clean up the body. You have the body. That's yours. And she does seem like genuinely sad about this, you know? It's just, man, I needed you to clutch it out. And it's okay because we have Rem who clutched it out later. But to drop him off into the forest. Okay, so if the witch cult, if she's aware of the witch cult, and I'm kind of going off the red lighting could completely be metaphorical, but if she's aware of the witch cult attacking, then her dropping him off in the forest isn't like, that's dropping him off to the crows and the vultures because the witch cult is in the forest. And like, she doesn't necessarily know that like 100%, but if I know I'm being attacked outside my castle walls and then I teleport you outside my castle walls, but still relatively close to the castle, then yeah, I teleport you into the middle of the besieging army, you know? And so I'm not, like, she's not killing him, but doing it in a way that she doesn't have to take responsibility for. I don't think that's what's happening, but it's a little like, if she's aware the witch cult is there, then it's a move that isn't like easy to just say like, that's my girl right there, you know? It's a kind of conspicuous move. But if the witch cult isn't there that she knows of, then all she knows is that Amelia got munched by something witch culty. I mean, I'm guessing she got I just spat all over myself. I'm guessing she's aware of the witch stink on Subaru, right? And she can probably feel the presence of it all. It's all in the manor. So for Amelia to get assassinated by the witch in the manor under her care, I actually know that's pretty brutal. Especially because I'm sure like whatever agreement she has with Roswell, which I'm assuming is probably tied into her traumatic backstory. Maybe she feels like she owes Roswell in some kind of way. She probably has been assigned to make sure Amelia doesn't die and to be security. So for Amelia to die under her care, getting assassinated by the witch stink, yeah, I mean, that would suck too. But then you have a guy who is holding her corpse, her body, and this guy is suffering. You can see it in his eyes. And he says, please kill me. That is like, I don't want to say cry for attention in a negative way, but he obviously is in a very horrible mental place. And what do you do for him? You drop him off in the middle of the forest and tell him, quote, if you want to die, then die on your own. I've had enough of, and then continues, and this isn't a quote, I've had enough of pain and suffering. I've had it. That's not very positive. That's unhealthy. I don't like, that makes me sad. And since we don't understand her backstory, and since, you know, or we're not aware of, it's not that we don't understand the backstory, it's that we're not aware of her backstory. It can be hard to sympathize with her in this moment because I see her as someone that just hoed Subaru who really needed somebody, you know, because I'm on Team Subaru. That's my boy right there. Dang, I'm getting a headache. This show does something to me, man. But yeah. I hope we get more Betty action. I think Betty, she's not bottom of the tier list, by the way. That was a joke when I said that, though I still think it was funny, so I'm glad I said it. But I'm interested in like getting more information on like all these characters, honestly, because it feels like there's stuff going on under their veneers, under their masks, under what we see, that are like dictating their actions that are making me be upset with them. And so, like, if I can understand those things, then, like, I feel like I can, like, really empathize and get some really juicy content out of that hoe. By the way, I'm going to use this as a segue because I am done talking about Betty. Betty's getting crossed off my list. Drinking the strawberry lemonade. My throat is getting dry. I'm literally crossing off my list. The other one, Rem. I feel like we have to talk about Rem and Puck mostly, right? Okay. That was my phone buzzing. Let me throw my phone so I don't get distracted during the episode. By the way, this episode's about to be like 2 hours long. Low key. Puck. No, let's do Rem. Is there anyone else I'm trying to add to my list? Rem, Puck. I feel like I'm like on with Subaru. Subaru is I'm on the wavelength. Rem. I would say let's talk about Rem. Let me go to the Rem episode so I can be scrolling through it a little bit. Reginald Rem. It's just, I'm a guy that really tries to give suffering the weight that it deserves, right? Because like, think about this. Like if there was somebody that was really mentally struggling, like in your life, and then you just walked up to them and said, oh, just go on a walk, you'll feel better, and that's all the advice you give, and then you just hit them with that like that dollar store smile and then walk away, then you're a dick, because it's so much harder than that. And to not give it its like due respect, I think it comes across as insensitive and rude and is a negative thing. And so, I'm not saying Rem's, well, am I saying Rem's doing that? I don't think I'm saying Rem's doing that. That's how it kind of came across at the start. Which you can't blame her, by the way, because she's unaware of a lot of the suffering Subaru's going on. She's honestly on a huge limb. She's going off on a huge limb with even saying, if you can't tell me, then just trust me. Like, that's fine. But when Subaru's in such a horrible, no good mental space, everything she says is really easy to put under a microscope and be like, okay, like, are you giving his mental the space it deserves? This was really cute, by the way, when she was talking about having a kid. That was the best moment, maybe. And she's just so, like, it's like there's like a difference between clutch and what's the word I'm looking for? I'm really struggling to find this one. A difference between clutch and like Deus Ex Machina. Is that the right term? Just it showing up for no reason and solving the issue. And with how Rem is developed, and I'm referring to her character development, not anything else. Come on, mind out of the gutter. With how Rem has developed, like specifically in the last few episodes, how she's become much more attached to Subaru. Obviously because of everything that's happened between her and Subaru. I mean, they kind of went through the ringer with all the mob beasts, and then the little discussion afterwards was like a big character moment for both of them. But after that, like, that was a huge shift in her character. I mean, like a rebirth for her, which I mean does parallel his rebirth in this episode, and she even references it as her time being stopped. But the Rem we got used to, which included the Rem that we saw kill Subaru a few times, has in a very, not short time, but in a quick, maybe short, I don't know, very quickly, I'm going to use that very loosely, very quickly became, like, changed. She changed very rapidly in a way that makes sense, but it was something a lot to get used to. And then, a few episodes later, this change of hers, where she's, like, incredibly loyal to him, which is something that feels like it purely came about because of the, like, attachments they had in that moment or whatever, becomes, like, incredibly important for solving the situation we're having with Subaru, like having a mental decline and going insane. And so that can feel like it's a little convenient. But at the same time, I think it was given it makes enough sense that it doesn't come across as convenient. It can feel a little convenient. I'm on the edge with even using that term. It's more so that I just had the idea. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. It feels a little convenient because okay, I got it back. It's okay. We got a lot of Rem transforming into this new version of her, like her time resuming. That had a huge amount of emphasis. Her backstory, all saving each other's lives with her and Subaru with the mobbies, the conversation afterwards, those were all like unbottling all her bottled stuff and putting it out in the open. But now that it's out in the open, I feel like we haven't begun dug through it yet. Right? And so that's where I'm starting to feel like there's that there's some toxic obsession going on with Rem towards Subaru, because like I don't feel like she understands, or like they understand the emotions that well that they're going through almost. Like she's so attached to this guy, And then he says, yeah, I'm into Amelia, I reject you. But she's still 100% like here for it. And it's like, I don't know if I can like she hasn't known him for that long. She's only been unbottled and known him for like a little over a month. So like how much time have they had to like figure each other out, you know? Because you can have an incredible like life-changing moment with somebody, right? That it's like in that moment you feel like you and them have just understood each other on a spiritual, beyond transcendental level. But that doesn't mean you fully understand the person. And you'll never fully understand anyone, right? I mean, that's a huge bar to set. But I feel like they had this insane character moment. But since then, well, no, they've had some other good character moments too. But it's not about the relationship. They keep having character moments that keep reaffirming her loyalty to him. And I'm thinking back to her getting squeegeed, or her getting wrung like a towel. And then crawling up to Subaru and freeing him and then saying, I love you, you know, which is, oof. I mean, that's, ouch my heart a little bit, right? But I feel like there's some stuff to be processed there that they haven't processed. And there's the infatuation she has for him is not understood by her in a way. I don't know. I think I believe everything I just said, but there's so much to dig into, and I bet there's so many ways to interpret it as well, you know? And she's just so ride or die. I also like, and this isn't for not this part isn't for Rem specifically, but it's like it's such a testament to a relationship, and it's like a huge bar to clear if you can have a meltdown to the degree that Subaru does, and then the other person in the relationship is still there for you. And I mean that in an intimate, a romantic, a friendship, in any sort of way. If you can go as far down as Subaru did, and they will be your rock, that doesn't happen all the time. That's rare, and I'd say that's very valuable. And so I find it very valuable, and I find it, like, in the terms of the story, it's incredibly important for the moment of saving the story from Subaru going insane. And so there's a ton of it's such an emphasized point. And so for Rem to like have some of these undercurrents of, I feel like she's still largely that kid that was in her sister's shadow, like all those years ago. I mean, just because your time's like that, I feel like is where, I mean, there's so much to talk about. So, I mean, it's good in that way. But seeing her freaking dove do the doves thing, I'm actually growing on this scene a lot. The more I'm watching it right here and talking about it, it is growing on me. I'm not going to pretend. But I don't know, some of these like dramatic shots in the moment for me weren't hidden quite as well as they probably could have because of these things I'm talking about. But man, I mean, the more I think about it, the more like I'm appreciating a lot of what's going on. But then I still have the things where I don't respect her as an individual character. Well, no, I'm taking that back. I don't respect her that much as an individual character. I respect her because she has some really juicy bits going on. Talking about her character development again. Comedian. Okay. Because I mean, you can talk about her inferiority with her sister, how she like buried all her emotions after her family died and tried to make up for everything that happened with her sister losing her horn, and the twisted joy she got, the twisted pleasure she got out of seeing the horn be cut off, because it's like, finally, I don't have to live in that shadow anymore. Her hesitating when she's like has the opportunity to save Subaru from the dogs, her having a little hesitation because a witch's scent like dancing through her brain. That's probably my favorite moment for her, literally, as a character, that tiny little thing where she said she hesitated, because it's like, that's this crazy amount of juice where it's like, I'm going to talk about that. Screw this. I'm talking about that. Dude, it's literally like when because that's so interesting to me. Because remember, and you're going to have to rely on your memory and my memory here, which my memory, as we know, is sometimes a little flawed. So we're going to work with it here. She went back, or the mobbies, Subaru and the mobbies, when the dogs, they were eating, the two of them, and it was horrible and it was terrible. And Subaru pushed her out of the way of some of the dogs, and she was like going back, and then she later remarked on that scene that like when she was reaching out, she hesitated, and like the witch's the witch entered her mind in that moment. I mean, if that's not how trauma like will hit you, right? Like, she had the opportunity to save him and to help him, but just in that moment, her like primal fear of the witch that's ingrained in her being from her backstory trauma made her hesitate. That's so juicy, you know? Because it's that minor hesitation is what cost her everything. Or what cost everything in that Subaru was getting mauled. Because yeah, he got mauled really bad by the beast, got all the scars. I think that's kind of where that all pans out. But see my memory, there it goes, right? But that little bit of hesitation, like as a example of the trauma of her past, is such a perfect way to show that, because it's show don't tell, you know, and it's in such a good moment too. It's such a good character moment. Okay, so I do appreciate her as a character. Look at me go. The more I talk, the more I appreciate her. It's just she as a character is super dependent on other characters, and that's part of her character, right? She's dependent on her sister. That's her entire backstory. And dependent like as a character, not dependent as being like a dependent of. But she's very tied to her sister, and she's like codependent by nature and nurture. I mean, nature by a twin and nurture by how she was raised. If that's not a proper use of nature nurture, but you get what I mean. I mean, maybe it is. Is that how twins work? I don't think so, but maybe to a degree. But that like codependency that she has with her sister, then like flipping onto Subaru, that's some really juicy stuff, and it says a lot about her character. And like the darker path she was going on when she was killing all the mob beasts, and going solo as like a repentant action almost for what happened with her sister and her backstory in her past, but now she's doing it to save Subaru. That's some juicy stuff. But it's just like these juicy bits that I'm looking for, I feel like have like escaped her a little bit post her big moment in talking with Subaru and getting her time resumed, right? I feel like we haven't had as much like of this crazy nuanced, like really interesting stuff, other than just she's super loyal to Subaru, right? And that was all I feel like brought up. Like, we haven't like expanded on that. We've only given examples of that. We see her crawling up to him when she's crumpled like a tin can. We see her doing this entire thing with the emotional labor here. Like, those are examples of her being like, she's acting as her character, in that she's super loyal, but it's not like there's a she's not going through these active like inner character changes, developments, like figuring out all these things as she was doing in the last arc, up to the point of then resuming her time. So I guess it's pretty easy to feel like she's like stagnated and just become like a leech. I think did I describe her as a leech onto Subaru? Ooh, I think I might have. That was going maybe a little hard. I talk hard, okay? I talk hard. What can I say? Don't quote me on that. But point being, I feel like the changes in her character that we saw in those after that. No wait, run that back. Her arc and her character getting less of this crazy inner development and turmoil and like all these crazy moments and hesitations and figuring it all out, and all the really like, I love the twin stuff as well. All of that like taking a back seat. I think is part of why this stuff with her currently just being loyal to Subaru can kind of feel like, oh, she's just being loyal to Subaru. Where there's not, like, I'm used to her getting a lot more action. So when she stopped, it's easy to blame it on her infatuation with Subaru. But I think that's a misjudge. Because if you actually like really dig back into it, I think there's good stuff there. But like the thing is, even like, this is the crazy thing. This is the craziest thing. This is maybe even a hot take, if you will. Even if she is the most fantastic character of all time with the most depth, if I'm watching the show on my first watch and it's not hitting, then it's not hitting, you know? And that's just how it is. And it's not even about me. But if most people, like, because it's not about me, right? If most of the audience, for example, watched some of these scenes, and I don't know if this is true. I don't think this even is true. But if most of the audience watched these scenes and like the character moments just weren't doing it for them, it doesn't matter how much depth it does, but it matters less how much depth and nuance and crazy stuff the character is if they're not landing on that first watch. I think the first watch is very valuable. I mean, that's the entire point of a blind reaction, right? That's why you're here, is because I'm watching this for the first time and giving, so you can like relive it or whatever, right? Or that's part of it. I mean, there's an entire discussion on like the nature of reactions that I'm not about to have here, but frick. So like point being, it like all the stuff I'm talking about right now, where I'm giving her, like I'm trying to prod back into that depth that I haven't been talking about as much. It's important and it's valuable, but I think the first watch and how she comes across as just a loyal, infatuated puppy, and she doesn't come across as that completely, but her coming across like that and kind of, it feels like she's not quite as juicy as she used to be, is still an important thing that we can't just dismiss as, oh, there's depth there, but you're not looking at it. It's like, well, okay, the show is the one presenting that information. So both are important. I'm really being like hypercritical in a lot of ways because it was a great episode. I mean, I was gonna say like it didn't make me cry, but like I don't think I've gotten teary-eyed on a few reactions here and there. So like I'm not gonna say like making me cry is the prerequisite. But like I think it could have hit me harder than it did. And that's just me holding the show to a very high standard because I think it's a fantastic show in a lot of ways, and so I think it's worth holding it to the high standard. Okay, but I'm gonna rant on it. This, however, I'm not on board for like that much. Ready? Where is it? The doves and going crazy, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. It's just like she has an actual spotlight from the sun, and then a bunch of like birds just get summoned, bro. It's like, okay, calm yourself. Like it's very dramatic and it's hard to land high. Like this is another example of what I was talking about, where the Subaru's emotional state is hyper important to the story, and Rem as a character like has had this massive shift, and so there's like so much focus on this moment, and so to then make it even more dramatic with doves and with spotlights and all this stuff makes it, in my opinion, even more harder or even more difficult to land effectively, you know? Which is part of like, if she didn't do this crazy bird sequence, if this was like more tame and more grounded, I think it would have hit me harder because I feel like it wouldn't have felt as, like, I felt like it was punching a little bit out of its league and trying, you know, it felt a little unpolished and was like grating against its edges a little bit as it was trying to pop off. That's how it came across. And I think, like, it was so much, there was so much emphasis on one point that then, compared to how Rem has been in previous arcs, she felt like she wasn't like as developed in a way that could really sucker punch me. Still really fire. This is me nitpicking. I'm going to clarify. Great show. I'm here for it. Rem is an interesting character. Don't get mad at me. Okay. No, you can get mad at me. It's fine. I'm built different. Okay, I can take it. Coping. But yeah, so good stuff there. Puck. Bro, are we about to have a 45-minute prerequisite? You're literally gonna click on the episode, bro, and the front bar. Wait, I'm gonna try to map it. Ready? This is a fun game, and then we'll talk about Puck. The chapters, right? You can see the little where the chapters end. This is gonna be right here. Is the end of the first chapter. Is that accurate? No, maybe like right here. And then it's like here, and then this is like part 1, and then this is the mid break, and then this is part 2, and then the discussion. Maybe shift it all left a little bit. Okay, that was fun. I hope you like that little meta little experience there. Okay, Puck. I'm gonna cross the Rem off my list. You wanna see my list real quick? That's it. That's the list. It's just their 3 names. Puck, Pucka. My little Puck. Puck you. Okay. Frick. Puck. I gotta completely shift mental gears to talk about Puck. Puck? I think the way Puck works, right? I think he's more equatable to a druidic, and I'm using that term in reference to D&D, because I play D&D, by the way. Little fun fact. I think of him as a druidic spirit, right? He's a force of nature. He is the Siberian tiger, you know, or whatever his truck form, his true Puck form, the big form, right? So for him to kill Subaru. I think no. So he's a. Let me retract a little bit. Let me run back. So seeing him as a spirit, like in that way, not as a cute little familiar that like Amelia, like haha, I'm Amelia's little pet, but as this nature spirit, crazy force of nature, I think is integral to like understanding his character, because he kills Subaru intentionally on the last time we've seen him, right? And prior to that, he was letting out so much cold that it killed Subaru. And I don't think he was meaning to do it in those first 2 times. Because I don't know, like, if he was aware Subaru was even there. Like, he was just making things cold because he was letting out all of that energy and destroying the world as his contract demanded or whatever. So to see him, like, less as a human level cognitive rational agent, but more of a like force of nature, like a tornado or like an avalanche, I think that's the glasses that we're trying to wear, or that we should be wearing when talking about Puck. But then the question is, how is Amelia the one to harness the tornado, harness the avalanche? What, like, and we don't know the answers, but they have formed a contract that, and like Amelia uses this for swag too. She drops this in front of the council of the wise men, and like after Subaru makes a fool of himself and they like start talking about like racism, she was saying, I command a great spirit that commands fire, which of course comments cleared it up. It's like fire meaning the control of temperature, which then ice, right? But like, so they have this really crazy relationship, and I see her as the commander of the like wild forces that are in the world. But why? I have no clue. I don't think it's even been hinted much, has it? You're over here. The foreshadowing in episode 3. Okay. But that's just like, so, and that's, the thing is, viewing him in that way, I think is what's making me like enjoy him, and respect him whenever he kills Subaru, because I see him truly as a force beyond, like, I don't want to say beyond Subaru, but beyond like the human scope. Which then gives him more leeway, I guess, because a tornado just tornadoes, you know? And I feel like Puck just pucks. But why was he told to destroy the world? Maybe he's teaming up with Amelia to fight the witches. We still don't really know that much, and I've talked about this before. I'm looking for that Amelia development, figuring out why Amelia's doing what she does. I think as soon as we start to get that from Amelia, assuming we do, we'll also start to get it from Puck, because they're so interconnected. So maybe they're fighting with common ground, but honestly, like, he's called Amelia his daughter before. I mean, how literal could that even be? She's half elf. What's the other half? Wade. There's no way, right? Puck? Wait, there's not, right? No, I'm thinking there might be. He sees her as a daughter. He uses that word, right? I'm pulling up an episode. What are you gonna do to stop me? Right here. Wow, I flipped that so fast. What do you use? Or he shows up, and also this was such a clutch entrance for him because Betty had just like not been helpful to Subaru, and then Puck shows up to stop Unseen Hand from mutilating Amelia's corpse. Incredibly clutch. Thank you, Puck, for that. Poor Amelia. What are you doing? Come on, what's your next line? And he does Giga Chad face. Oh wait, no, he's still up there. And like the slow motion icicles, that's my boy Puck right there. I think it's right here, right? This is a weird shot of Puck. I would have preferred if he just started in true form, but you know what? I'll let it slide. Oh no, you scum. Go back. Run it back. I'm trying to find it, like the wording what are you doing to my daughter, you scum? Okay, boom. He sees Amelia as a daughter. I don't think she's necessary. I think there's a very low chance that he actually took part in birthing her and making her be born. However, I did say the thing, you've existed. No, but he said that, so you know, I'm gonna say, well, okay, sorry. I'm like conversating with myself in my head. I gotta articulate it. spirits are time, like, live a long time. They're very eternal. This was the conversation. This was brought up when he was talking to Gibraltar, Beetlejuice here, right? And so he existed before Amelia. I'm very confident to say that. And then, did he, like, somehow sire Amelia? This is such a crack theory. Holy crap. But he somehow sire Amelia, and this is where this connection came from, and then he formed a contract to, like, always protect her and always be there for her. Or, because contract makes it sound like a two-way thing where they both agreed for something. Or like, and that, the thing I just said relates to this next point of, did he form a contract with Amelia that then made him feel like her father? It could be either. I'm here for both of those, honestly. I like Puck. Puck's kind of my boy. For sure. And basically, Pog. Let's watch an episode. What are we on, episode 11? My mouth hurts. Okay, let's watch episode. Let me take a sip of my strawberry lemonade. That was a long little intro section there. Just a lot to get off my chest, bro. It's such a good show, and I feel like I haven't, like... I personally feel like I could be talking more about it than I do. It's just obviously difficult to talk about shows for very long periods of time and constantly come up with interesting ideas. I mean, I think that's a skill. It's the art of the ramble, right? Not necessarily one I have, one that I'm trying to obtain. So it's a work in progress. I'm trying to bring some high level thoughts in. If you guys are interested, obviously, Pog. If not, you can always skip to the reaction part because that's what people do, right? That's why I got the chapters there. So yeah, let's jump into this episode. Hopefully it'll be Pog. We currently are about to fight the whale. Crazy thing with the whale and the alarm going off. That was so good. But honestly, let's jump in 3, 2, 1. Bam! Okay. Is this a flashback? Is this gonna be the woman master swordsman? Oh, I think it is. This is the guy. I think. Wait, it might not be. Oh, you sound like that one guy. Julius. You sound like Julius, kind of. Is Julius... Oh, wait. I'm trying to remember who is each is knight. Yeah, I think Julius is Anastasia's knight. Is this how they met, maybe? Because that kind of looks like her, and that kind of looks like him. She's not in her marshmallow gown. It's hard to remember. Wait, you're kind of adorable right now. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, no, it's the Master Swordsman. Screw what I'm talking about. No, okay. That was him meeting the Master Swordsman. And now... Okay, first guess was the correct one. We never forgot about her. Dude, she might still be alive because she hasn't been forgotten by everyone, which means the whale... We don't know exactly how the memory thing works, but potentially she was never killed by the whale, which means she's still alive. Reason being, they're aware of her. Is she still alive? A great question. Wait, you have tanks? Oh, they have magic tanks. The whale didn't even blink. That's good. The Night Banishers. Sorry, I was looking at my recording stuff, making sure it's working. Imagine I do the 40-minute ramble and none of it recorded. Yikes. Okay, let's immerse. Is that like anti-witch because it's light? Or is it just to illuminate? Maybe blind him? Oh my goodness. Bro, this... I'm forgetting his name, but the... What are you doing? Is it gonna throw up at us? The guy that's getting revenge for his wife is about to make moves, we already know. Also, Iron Fang, a lot of squad. You know, he's getting a lot of focus out, and he got a flashback, so you know he's about to make moves. OP? The vulture circling above, man. Above Subaru. They're readying to feast on his... Dude, the birds are the cult ready to feast on him once he's perished due to his suffering, because they want him to suffer, bro. I'm still of that opinion. That he's very intentionally being put in these awful situations, not just happening into them through bad luck with the witch scent. You know? Especially if we see the whole unseen hand thing as like a reflection of that, like him being able to see it, if that's that, as well as like, you know, all sorts of stuff. Returned by death ability even being there, the way he's treated by the cult members, so much stuff. By the way, the thing where I just talked about characters, I'm never talking about Iron Fang. That's a joke. Let me be clear. Oh, it is the whale. It's 100% the whale. Krush is about to pop off. Wow, there was a lot of foreshadowing in this OP. He's a little silly goose for never analyzing it. Point and laugh. Oh, yeah, and the unseen hand's going for her. And that, at least she's alive. Bro, I just got full body chills. This show, man. Also, why do I look so pale? I look like a ghoul. Okay. Yes. Look at that, him being honest. Oh, just kidding. There we go. Oh, because he's the scent. Remember, he's the bait. It just impales him and he wakes back up. Nice. Is that Butler guy? Oh, is that Krush? Okay. Wow. Intangible sword with no regard for range. That's insane. I mean, this whale's gonna get rolled and smoked. It's just a question of how many people have to die in the process. Wow, she really cut him good. She's not moving. Someone's coming up behind her. Who is that? Oh, it's him. So sorry, I forgot your name. You're about a 1v1 it? Oh, shoot. He flashbacked to her. Brap. Oh my goodness. Actual rodeo. He's just, what is it? He's so strong. He's got the rage boost, honestly. He's just unwrapping it. Tail slap. Goodbye. Goodbye. Save him, save him. Someone. Thank you. The most clutch of ground dragons. Oh, the furry's here. Did you just chop his tooth off? Ow. Wow, okay, Krush is incredibly strong. If she's so powerful, she needs people to get back so she can bisect it. Dude, military in this, like, what? Imagine two armies fighting, and it's just these spellcasters throwing crap at each other. That must be such a spectacle. Wait, this was so easy. So far. No, wait. They're cheering too quick. Right? Yeah, now they're overconfident. Oh, so we could jump it. And they're probably going to start running out of mana. That's a good point. Yup. Good. Great. Fantastic, even. Oh, Albative. We gotta go inside its mouth. Or its eyes. Good shot. Just riding into it, dude. They're just diving into it. Actual Shadow of the Colossus. Yes, question mark? Oh, hi, Felix. You don't have any attacks? Oh, he's just a healing mage. Oh, because Krush is OP. She doesn't need a bodyguard. She needs someone that'll buff her. It wasn't just one day for me, dog. That's my boy Subaru. Wilhelm, that's right. I should probably start writing names back down. I used to do that way back in the day. Write down stuff. He's going to town. I mean, I'm here for this man. I was about to say, are you about to bounce back? What a god! He's cutting out the entire eye. Are you gonna doink doink? Bro, turn that into a magical artifact. The whale's eye? You already know. He's putting that above his fireplace tonight. Good stuff. Oh, is the fog coming out from it? It might be able to shoot fog. We still don't know the source of the fog. Whether it's it or the witch. Cool. Or is it just engaging phase 2? Oh no. Bro, it's like an angel with this halo. Halo of gluttony. Hey, can I get some magic barriers? My head's gonna explode. Subaru doesn't have a good defense stat. Somebody help him. Oh, there's the fog. Okay. It is the source of the fog. I wasn't thinking that the witch's cult was the source of the fog, but it was a very real possibility that they were team working. In that, like, that much, you know? This is incredibly bad. We're going back to the flashback with Wilhelm. She's the real Master Swordsman? That's crazy. And Reinhardt's the new Master Swordsman. Just, I'm clearing that up, because I kind of... Good question. Shut up. Okay. Are we going to start forgetting people? That's the real issue. Because Subaru is a benchmark, right? We know he doesn't forget. Can we get some wind magic going? Thank you. Yeah, get... What? We need to clear it. Yeah, clear the fog. Exactly. Thank you. Krush got that common sense. I don't... Are they forgetting? Okay, is that why you didn't know who was lost because you were forgetting? Yeah, this is pretty important. It's the fog, okay. So the original Master Swordsman could have been killed just by the whale minus the fog. It's not like you get eaten by the whale and that's how you get disappeared. It's the fog specifically. That's really good to know. Protect what? Oh man, they're going hard with these transitions. Scary sound. The whale really fumbled by not starting with the fog, you know? Maybe it just wasn't ready to... Is it like the souls of the damned that's consumed? Bro, it's good. What is happening? Ow! Even Rem's losing it. Subaru's immune to it. He's immune to another witch thing, bro. Maybe it's the size of your gate, actually. How's someone with a ton of magic? Because he has, like, no gate control, right? So, or he has a very small magic. Yeah, Felix, get on it, bro. Oh. That's actually true, yeah. Because it takes people to heal the people that are hurt, yeah. You're so clutch, by the way. He's doing it. You're gonna grab a horse and run off? Let's do it. Ride or die. Of course, anywhere. Yep, that's Rem. Let's go. I don't know if this is gonna work. This ability is just doing too much on its own. Oh, it's a mouth. It's a mouth. It's the Witch of Envy. No. Dang it. I was hoping that she would purposefully not make it, because I think that would have been cool. But maybe she doesn't have control over the stench part. Because, yeah, it's probably like a triggered effect, but then she just chooses what she does with it. Whether she kills him or people around him. Maybe she got some limits as well, you know? We don't really know. That was her, though. She straight up said, yo, what's good? Wow, you are very strong if you can make the whale parry. You can parry the whale. Krush? Oh, Wilhelm, that's my boy. Iron Fang twins? Just screaming? Okay, I respect that. That's pretty funny. They just yell. This guy, his design just is too much for me. I'm gonna be honest. It's okay, it's okay. I really don't want Wilhelm to die, but I feel like he has a good chance of dying here, which is unfortunate. Yeah, Owen friendly. Giga Chad. Notice how he's got like 17 swords on his hips. I just noticed that. Because, yeah, using magic in your sword can break the sword. We know that from Reinhardt. You got Subaru. Yeah, that's massive. Maybe now's not the time to talk about how easy the fight was, though, if I'm going to be honest. You're Finn? Wow, okay, he's just way too good. It's really good at jumping people, though, with this fog. So, like, it seems as long as the fog's not up and, like, you can approach it on your own, you're good. You can roll and smoke it. Which is why it's really clutch that Subaru's here, because he's the one that then gets them in a position where it can't be doing these sneak attacks nearly as effectively. Obviously, right? That's the entire point. Oh, he got a cut on his cheek. It's diving? Oh, the fog. Okay. The flower, bro. That's actually so good. Is he gonna die because he hesitated with the flower? Oh, man. Is that her corpse? Or that's him. Okay, I was about to say. And Auric? Is she gonna show up? Oh! What a shot. That scene is crazy. That scene went so hard. She was pretending, bro. Teresia von Austria, bro. Oh my goodness, she spun it. No, wait, this is actually unfair. I'm allowed to be upset because you hid that from me. That's such a... How could you? You're being sexist, so I disagree with you. You gotta accept that she's the master swordsman. But yeah, that's a massive secret, you know? So, like, I get him for being upset. Ooh, we have the same dream, dog. Teresia. Yeah. Oh no, I forgot. We were literally doing the flashback because he was about it. Oh, thank you, guy. Are you dead too? Oh my goodness. Rem is on it, dude. Rem was literally there to catch him that quick. Holy, look at that blood. I'm not seeing a corpse, I'm just seeing a blood puddle. So, good and bad. Wait, what? Are those real? Excuse me. Wilhelm von Austria. Great title. Great title. That was a really good episode for him. 2253. Dude. Okay, this was fire. This shot right here. And it's like seeing the flower brought back is because he's doing this all to protect her, right? Or like retroactively, Wilhelm, right? Because he couldn't protect her then because she died, right? And he's getting revenge. But even like here, he felt like he was being looked down on her because she was incredibly strong, but then just watched him train and like all of that. And it was like, I want to take the sword from you. What was your reasoning exactly, my guy? Don't look down on them. Yeah, like he felt like he was being looked down on by her. And I feel like what this flower shot really like is saying, because this is a great shot to me, right? Is this like he's fighting the whale to honor her, but he's only realizing here when he looks at the flower right before he's about to die, like that he had like there were problems in the relationship, you know? And like all of that comes up, and then that hesitation that comes with those emotions is what gets him killed. So the positive part got him here and got him like taking the eye out and doing all this work, but then the negative parts of his relationship that he hadn't like addressed ever because she died, and then he was just like focused, is what made him hesitate and got him killed. If he was truly balanced and like sure of the relationship, I don't think he would have hesitated here, and then he wouldn't have gone and munched. He could have been able to get away. So I think that, I don't know, that's a really interesting little interaction. I'm really here for it. Felix not having any fighting moves is hilarious. He's literally pure support mana mage healer. That's so funny to me. I mean, this was pretty much all just fighting. So like, other than the backstory flashback stuff was really juicy, and that was like going on in between. Witch showing up. I probably want to take a peek. Are there really 4 whales? Those got to be illusions, right? There's no way there's like 4 of them. That's just too much. Okay, I want to get a look at this witch real quick. He's figuring out, okay, the fog is what gets you erased from existence, most likely. People are getting mana drained. He's immune to it. Like, completely. I don't feel anything, he says. So I don't even think it has to do with the size of your, like, mana gate or whatever, as much as he is just blessed to not be impacted by the damage of witch stuff. Except the Maw Beast curse. I just can't help but feel that we're playing into the witch's hands every single move we make, because his resistance to magic, I'm guessing, is coming from her, because he's resistant to this, which he has no reason to be resistant to like otherwise, I don't think. Well, Felix looks perfectly fine. I don't know. Maybe there's like something else going on, but his resistance to magic and his ability, like period, return by death, are both from the mage, or from the witch, I'm thinking, and seem to be things that she can control to at least a degree, because, you know, return by death, she killed Amelia by him saying the words, and, like, why couldn't she have killed Rem right here to really screw with him? I think she could have, but she chose not to, which is terrifying to think about. I don't know if that's true, though. I'm guessing it's true. Right here. She said something to him. What did you say to me? Purple lips? I don't know what purple lips mean. Did Elsa have purple lipstick? She's the only person I think would ever have worn purple lipstick. Maybe Elsa's part of the Cult of the Witch, and that's why she wanted to ice Amelia. Pun not intended with ice, because ice is an entire thing. Iron Fang twins just twinning it up and attacking. Sure. Pog. I mean, they're making moves. Here for it. This scene was crazy, though. I'm gonna watch this. I don't even care. Look at this. What a shot. She just appears, cuts like 4 people in half, and then is just there. And then has an entire action scene of her like diving through these guys. It's humiliating. Oh, it's okay. So is it okay? I think I'm actually starting to piece this better. I think it's she said it's humiliating, I think, to use a sword. So I think she is like blessed with this incredible master swordsman talent that has gotten her the position of master swordsman, but it's something that she doesn't want. Dude, she's definitely, I think she's alive. I'm thinking she's alive. I think that'd be crazy. I think that'd be crazy twist if she was alive. But so let me continue that. I think she sees it humiliating to... Oh no, he said it's humiliating. Dang it, dude. That would have been so juicy if she thought it was humiliating and that's why she never told him, and then that's why she faked her own death or something, or like used the chance to like escape. But no, he was saying it's humiliating. Dang it. What was your response here? Yeah, Master Stern. He's so angry. She doesn't give him a response. She just hits him with the crispest sword swipe I've ever seen and then bunks him. Why'd you bunk him? He's pissed. I mean, he did swing on you, but he knows you're able to dodge because you're the master swordsman. That's not a good excuse to swing on someone. She just says, I won't come here again. With a face like that, you shouldn't be holding a sword. Is that sexism? What is that? Is that just because you're beautiful? Like, he sees her as something worth protecting, not someone that does the protecting. And she says, nah, I'm the master swordsman. And I have a dream to protect people too. And then his line of, the beauty of the steel blade, don't look down on them, doesn't quite make sense to me because she is literally the master swordsman. I mean, she's the person, I think, of anyone that's most qualified to know of the beauty of the steel blade. But I guess he's relating it to himself. Like, don't look down on me. I think he's just projecting. What was it? 22... Wait. 53? I think it was 53. Wait, what? What's happening? Did I just change my channels? What was that? Whoa, look at all these buttons. Okay, both? Wait, sorry. I'm just tripping. Yeah, 2253. I kind of want to just jump into this one, honestly. It was mostly fight stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to jump into it. I don't even care. Well, I think we'll probably get some more stuff to talk about in this episode that relates to the last one. And we can just talk about it after the episode, obviously. This next one is actually pretty long as well. This was only 22 minutes. And 22:53, right? And then this is 49:09 left. So, or like total left. Okay, let's jump to this episode in 3, 2, 1. Bang! Oh yeah, there's like 7 whales now. It could be illusory. Oh, the captain guy's dead. Yeah, we saw that. Iron Fang is sweating. That's not good. Everyone's losing hope. Is he dead? Maybe he's missing an arm. Let's go Subaru. Let's go Subaru! Literally the plan is let's cut... Oh, that's crazy. Literally, he's just throwing her up. Or she's probably jumping. Don't think this little... Wait, there's actually 3 of them? There's the moon in the back. That's crazy. He's got the confidence now, so he's able to rally the troops. There we go. Pull the horn out. Make some moves. Wow, I think there's actually just multiple of them. Patrash, or whatever you named that. Oh my goodness, please do not fall off your horse. That line is perhaps the worst I've ever read in my life. I can't believe you just said that. It's not the worst, I'm exaggerating. The only one who can sniff Subaru-kun is me? What about Amelia? You're fine with getting cucked by Amelia, so you can be quiet. Okay. He's not dead yet. Yeah. Good point. I mean, Rem, yeah, she's pretty strong. Yeah, that's incredibly bad. Well, the fog. The fog is like a really good cover for that. And then they got desperate enough that they had to pull out the entire squad. But why would they? Yeah, there's something sus going on here. Guys. Rally to me. I gotta solo this? Okay, I will then. They all failed their wisdom checks. This is crazy to me. Saving throws, I mean. Frightening presence got me like, okay. Oh, she's getting tired. This is not good. Are we really just digging them out? Oh my. Willpower! Okay, dude. Yeah. Why are there 3 of them? I don't know, man. It could be just fog illusions, but... I can't believe they just scream. That is so funny. They whiffed. You missed your scream. They should call you like Iron Voice Box instead of Iron Fang. No, don't call you that. Oh, they're going. They're on it. They're trying to cut him out. Okay, thank you. Oh, no. Okay, okay. Ricardo, that's right. Of course his name's Ricardo. Yeah, I was about to say Felix is clutch. Okay. Did you figure some out? Yeah? You have great impressions, little guy. We saw the moon. The fog is getting lighter, right? No, I think we saw the moon. Maybe the fog is manifesting, like the whale is the fog. Or something like that. And is having to consume the fog to get through. You did shoot the beacon. Oh, the beacon is what stops the fog, maybe. We shot the light thing, and then it couldn't do the fog thing. That's why it didn't do it. Okay, okay. Subaru, I think we're on the same wavelength here. It's thrashing. A beached whale. Scream at it. That's a sick ability. I'm fine with that, by the way. I love the scream ability. I think that's fun. Okay, Wilhelm, get in here. There we go. That's my boy. Okay, so the whole, like, wife flower thing, I think it still holds, but at least he didn't die from it. Right? Yeah, we got Felix. He just went unconscious. Dude, Felix is clutch. Most OP catboy, bro. The moon, bro. We gotta get light sources. Wow, you are ugly. No wonder you wear the cat hood. Okay, yeah. Nothing to do with light? Come on, give me something to do with light, man. I'm looking for it. Oh, it's just chilling? Okay, it was clones. Oh, smart. Okay. Oh. Okay, how do we, like, totem pull you all the way up? Are we gonna jump off of them? Jump on one whale to jump on the next one to jump on the top and then kill it? Something crazy like that? I think you're insane. This guy. Perhaps. I like Crucia a lot. She's growing on me. I love Felix just being a doctor. It's crazy. They got an entire med base here. Fist bump? Gang, gang. Okay. Oh, Felix is stressing. Fog breath. Okay. Ow, ow. You're fine? You just got hit by, like, rubble, right? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And he is still doing it. And I've seen him suck, but he is weaker than... And that's what I've been talking about the entire time. And he's the one, bro. So we gotta follow his lead. That's my girl right there, Karish. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Yeah, what are y'all doing? If our week is... That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, man. That's crazy to me. Like, almost word for word. It's so true. It's so incredibly true. Now let's pop off. Okay, how are we gonna do it? Oh yeah, we had a bunch of veterans with us. Let's go. Tatake! So how do you say fight? I don't know. Go learn Japanese. Oh my goodness. What's the plan? I still don't know the plan. Are we gonna jump on it? Is Subaru running? The mob beast needs to go slap it. Slap all the tanks. Alright, what's our plan? I was about to make so many jokes about that. I can't believe that I didn't. A big one. Oh, you made pillars before. That would work. They're like, bro, you missed! Is Subaru on it? Oh my goodness, he was on the All-Huma, bro. He was on the All-Huma. On the tip. He's not even sweating, bro. Prime Subaru has the highest power level out of any character. Ram with her horn? Prime Subaru? We're turned by... Wait, he's skydiving! I didn't even realize it. True. Talk to me, witch. What are you saying? I think she has a limit to what she can do when he uses that ability, you know? She can't just kill him no matter what, right? Because each time it's like she's getting closer and closer. Maybe it's like a stockpile. Ow, my lip. Gargantuan catch, by the way. Oh, wow. Her pillowy breasts were so clutch. Yeah. Thanks for the treat? I can't do it. Bro, you're getting cucked by Amelia. That doesn't bother you. That's crazy to me. She's fine with it being one-sided. She's a support role. That's what she did with her sister, man. It makes sense. It's just crazy to me. Thanks for the treat. Bro, he got the treat. I mean, if that was a treat for you, then... I mean, I can give you many treats in that regard. Or in any other regard. Wait, you're cutting down the tree on it. Holy crap. I thought she was going to crit it. Oh, we crit the tree to knock it down to crunch it. Easy clap, bro. I'm too busy making boob jokes because of Rem. Now your two clones get erased. Oh, and the yellow flowers tying back to the backstory. Good stuff. Good stuff. Wilhelm, finish it. Did you kneel? Oh my. He tried to fight her at the ceremony, bro. He's letting all that rage out on the whale. In her honor now. He's like flipped it back. That's crazy. Did you best her? You bested her. So I can protect you. They're repeating their first conversation. That's actually so sweet. You don't want to say it? Say it. Say it, bro. Come on. What, are you embarrassed? Aww. Man. And he's taking it out as like grief. I love grief attacks like that, man. Is it a broken sword? No, full sword, okay. Yeah, get out of here. Dunzo. She's gotta be dead. There's no way it was a fake out. It's just there's way too much crazy emotional stuff for them to fake it out. I think, right? Probably. Maybe. It's crazy. That might have even been the first time he said it, you know, to her. But he didn't even get to say it to her. Just for her, you know? Let's go. Wilhelm's kind of my boy. They really did some Wilhelm work these episodes. Random Wilhelm main character. And no losses, no injuries, just a bunch of randos. It's fine. Oh, the two flowers are together, dude. The two yellow flowers were together. She just walks up. Hey, guys. What's up? Oh, we gotta count the dead. The dead that at least weren't consumed by the fog. Krush. What's up, Krush? Man, I can't believe you cut down that tree like that. Worth it. Those who have vanished will not return. We don't even know who we lost. Huh? No, remember, it was a dual effort. It was a dual effort with the two of you. Didn't you unite your clans? And the three with Anastasia. You're the hero. It's not even just Rem anymore. Look at it. She's... What a real one. Okay, you can be president. You or Amelia. I'm totally fine with it. So humble. You did. No imposter syndrome for you, dog. Yeah, he stops being joking, you know? I know you're loyal, though. Oh, just kidding. Interesting. Sounds like something you gotta figure out, dog. You literally just lap pillow OP. Lap pillow OP. I'd totally be fine with you. Yeah, like if he wasn't already tied up. Look at this great impression he has made with this character. Aw. That's... She's such a great ruler. Because I believe her. This is totally her. She just... Yeah, I'm here for that. And there you go, Subaru. Number 3, baby. Now you can... Bro. She loyal to her dream. Now let's shake on it. Good stuff. Subaru, you're not allowed to feel like you're nobody anymore and that you're powerless, because you've made an incredible move here, and people will know it. You were already doing that, but this is even better, you know? Shoot, I forgot. Come help. Okay, what about the cult, though? The cult's still a problem. Let's go. Oh. Wilhelm? You still got some fight in you? Okay, you owe him. Hmm. I randomly just made him super developed, and I'm totally here for this guy. Because of you. Aw. Yeah. The love he had for her is what gave him that strength. That's great stuff, man. Crucian Wilhelm. Who would have thought? Take Felix, bro. We get Felix with us. I'm so proud of him. Look at the moves he's made. He's such a great guy now. I'm so worried he's gonna get traumatized again. Let me heal you, Rem. You'll stay behind. She probably takes a ton of energy to heal. This is true. Bro, you know what's crazy? I feel like she is his Subaru. He's Amelia. Could you make that connection? Okay, dude. That's funny. Wait, what was it? 45. A lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility, a lot of... Yes, sir. Demonically inspired. That's my boy. I feel like she looks at him the way he looks at Amelia, you know? In that like 100% way. Which is just so, I don't know, that's crazy. Are we dragging its corpse around? Oh my god, we are. We got half the Iron Fang twins? I still want to punt her like a football. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Okay. Bro. He was screaming up a storm. That's more than 20. Okay, Ricardo. How do you know? The Merchant Information Network. Fair. Here they come? Excuse me? Okay, I was about to say, you mean the merchants, right? Block the road. Why is your family so OP? The little gremlin screaming. Not gremlin, no. The little screaming. Oh, is that Julius? Don't you dare. Don't you dare slip. Subaru, don't you dare, you stupid. No. No, man. Julius, no. He's done nothing wrong, dude. You were losing your mind. You have to accept that. Oh, you stupid guy. Don't slip. Do not slip. Do not slip. I'm not watching this ED. I do not care. There's no after credit? Yeah. It's just Amelia sleeping. Bro. Subaru. Why? Why? This guy's the persona. I get it. Okay, when I say why, I mean that rhetorically. He's the personification of everything Subaru wants and the knighthood and his insecurities and his inferiorities, and he was over projecting, and Julius was the, you know, the guy that like personified all of his issues. Yada yada yada. I'm here for it. But no, Subaru, you gotta understand, you gotta humble yourself. All that like powerlessness, dude, that's all Julius wanted to tell you, was how powerless you are. And to bring honor to the idea of a knight. I think Julius was acting perfectly fine. And you, if you're really understanding this, like all your food, man, it's just gonna be the test. He'll make it through. This is my boy Subaru right now. I think his mental, I think this is just going to be tough for him. But man, I totally get it. I mean, there's guys in my life that I know or don't know. Like, there's people I'm aware of existing that I look at them and I just think like, I swear, you're too perfect. It's like you have got to have murdered somebody in your past, because if you haven't murdered somebody, then you're just better than me in every way, and that feels so bad, and I don't like that, you know? Envious with it. Subaru's getting envious with it right now with Julius walking up, man. He's the personification of like all these things he wants to be, and it's just like, no, don't be slipping, dog. No. You can't. I'm trusting you. And Rem's not even here to pull him out. Also, Rem. I'm so freaking hungry, by the way. This is so unlike. I should have eaten before this. Sorry that I didn't expect that I was going to be doing this for like over this long, okay? I should have expected it. I should have pre-planned and actually eaten a meal. I'm freaking hungry. Okay, let me talk about the show, man. Shh, be quiet. Oh, 14, right? Wait, there is no 14. What did I say? Was it 48? 40? I'm trying to find, there was a piece of dialogue that I wanted to see about Rem, because Rem specifically is like, I don't know why I was dancing there. She set a bar here that I was interested in. I want you to help me from now on too. Okay. Freaking. So leave everything to me this time. Bring it back from zero, re-zero. I'm here for it, I guess. You'll still keep me by your side from now on, question mark. I just like, man, I'm not a huge fan of basing your worth on like, you know, other people and all that kind of stuff. I guess. But I guess that's something I like. I don't know, there's a bigger conversation there. I don't know if I'm trying to get into that right now. Like, how much should you base your worth on other people? Because I kind of believe that you shouldn't and that you should. Oh, okay. This is what I was looking for. 45. I'll take that as a promise that... What are you taking as a promise, my dear Rem? I'm the one that should be begging you to do that, to take care, right? Keep going back. Sorry, the frame-by-frame scrolling is really struggling. Okay, yeah, keep each other by your side. She's like, that's a bet. Okay, it's a promise. Okay, I get it now. But I guess Subaru is like... It is mutual. Kind of. Their relationship, Subaru and Rem. Because, you know, like, he's got eyes for Amelia. He's made that clear. But he still relies on her and still, is willing to be emotionally vulnerable with her. I think he just sees it as, like, a very intimate friendship, while she sees it as a romantic thing, you know? Because she's talking about heartaches and all that stuff. So she sees it romantically. And she's just, they've mutually agreed, just through, like, I think, them interacting, that engagement's fine. So, I mean, who even am I to say that that's not fine? Because, I mean, at this point, there comes a point where it's like, even if I don't think it's healthy to, like, be in her situation, I mean, she's an independent adult in the show, and they've communicated how they feel about each other, and then they've still agreed to the terms. They've read the terms and conditions, she clicked yes, you know? So... if that's really what your heart says, then don't listen to me, Rem. I just am really worried that that's not what a more developed Rem would believe, you know? I'm worried that your sister stuff and this feeling being new to you and the unbottling all these emotions is causing you to act in infatuated ways that you'll regret later. I'm just worried about that, or at least that will cause you issues later. Julius pulling up is hilarious to me, by the way. So Julius was Anastasia's knight, which is good to know because I was talking about that a little bit in the beginning. Subaru is clenching his fists seeing this guy. This is that trauma, like he hasn't dealt with the insecurities yet. He's just back on Prime Subaru feed, but that doesn't mean he can't slip back into it. Especially because this is a loop that everybody saw what happened with Julius. Him looking awful and fighting Julius in that ring. Yeah, this happened, you know? Look at Felix there. He just pulls up with all the swag in the world. This guy. Because, yeah, I mean, it does make some sense for Subaru because his relationship with Amelia is on the rocks, to say it nicely. It's not, like, it's in a pretty bad spot. So I think that just makes all his insecurities about, like, his position relative to her and Julius's kind of thing with her being, like, all knightly and Julius representing everything he feels he's lacking. I mean, that just makes those all, like, worse. It's just crazy, you know? He hasn't dealt with it, and it just makes perfect sense. It's just so sad. Like, I wouldn't expect him to be like, oh, what's up, Julius? That's my boy right there. Yeah, that's not realistic. I just wasn't expecting to see Julius again. This is why it caught me off guard, and that's the point, right? It's really juicy. Great Crush dialogue. Great thing with the flowers here, too. 2 flowers. You're gonna hit me with the, after he settled the debt to his wife, his late wife, and the entire emphasis was them liking flowers, and then you're gonna hit me with 2 flowers? That's so beautiful. Imagery. I don't even have to spell that one out for y'all. I better not have to. Man, and there was so much good stuff going on here. Like, it was so good. It feels like it was kind of a one-off thing. In that Wilhelm, I mean, is he going to be super recurring? I just feel like they gave him a mini arc just to really develop him and, like, really give the whale fight meaning. And they did it through this guy. But I don't think he's going to, like, continue to exist. Why we still remember her is a great question. I'm gonna continue the idea that there's a small chance that she's alive. I think it'd be kind of weird for them to like pull that rug when I feel like Wilhelm is taking a step back. That might not be true. He might still be a main character, like a semi-main character. He might be around, so I could be wrong there. But if he takes a step back, then she's probably just dead, right? If he's continued to be a part of the story, then there might be a way they could work in her returning, though that would be like a really weird situation that would need a lot of like sifting through for sure. But just because we remember her and then the whale has an ability to make people forget with the fog, it's kind of crazy to me that, I mean, maybe the witches that, because they're the ones that made all this happen, right? Or the Witch of Envy, right? Purposely got the whale to not make everyone forget about the Master Swordsman so that it would carry the legacy of having slain her. I'll go with that for now. I'm keeping it on the table as a very small potentiality she's dead, or that she's alive. I'm going to assume she's dead. The cutting back and forth between him fighting her and him fighting the whale that killed her. Holy crap. Because it's not even necessarily that he's fighting the whale. He's fighting his relationship with her. Almost. I feel like it's like intertwined. His relationship with her that he's fighting and all the insecurities and all the things he had to deal with and like that turmoil that he had to work through to like love her. He's fighting all of that. And he's fighting for that. Because he's fighting for that love that he got out of it. Like, wow, that's so good. And they made it out of some rando guy. Like, man, you could develop this into like an entire thing. Pulls up in the full black garb during the ceremony of Master Swordsmaning and draws on her, and then it parallels to the whale. It's so good. I was thinking, I did talk about this during the episode. I was thinking that they were gonna do, because like they shot the flare at the beginning, which I thought was kind of random, right? And then after the flare fizzled, right? Did the I guess the sun was still out, but I felt like the flare fizzled and then the fog came out as like a move the whale made after the fact, right? Because the flare was like one of the first things that was done. So I'm kind of thinking, because that would have been a reason why the whale couldn't have done the fog in the first place, was because the light was there. So yeah, that entire theory of like, oh, the light's what's stopping the fog. If we can start the light back up, we can dismiss the fog and then we can get the upper hand. I still think that would have worked. Or I don't think that would have. I think it would have worked like narratively, like for the story, but that's not where they went. They instead went with send Subaru up on the whale using all Huma, which was pretty great. And then use the return by death ability to drag it back down so we can kill it. Perfect. The witch just feels like it has the witch, right? Because that's what he's using constantly. I mean, look, it's whispering in his ear. It's got a hold on him. It might be corrupting him, you know? It's insane and it's terrifying. She really licked his ear. She doesn't do that, but and then it grabs his heart. And he says, I made it back. But there hasn't even been a time that he hasn't made it back. I guess he just feels like he's going to die when he does it. But what's going to happen one of these times? I mean, he can't... We keep using this ability and getting hinted that there's a horrible consequence. In one instance, it was killing Amelia. Though that felt like it didn't really do anything except make him suffer, which I think was the goal there. And then in another instant... And then in no other instances, as I felt... In no other instances has... What am I saying? There hasn't been another instance that I feel like it's detrimented in. Like, he's only been able to use it to his benefit, other than that moment. So I feel like we're leading up to, like, some crazy... Look at these breasts. Some crazy, like, he's going to use it one too many times and get absolutely hoed for it. You see the way she looks at him? You saved me! And she says, thank you for the treat. Subaru's face in your pouches, oof, is a treat for you. And the whole you can't smell, only one that can smell Subaru is me. You're lying. Amelia can smell Subaru, and you're fine with that. This is what I'm talking about, dude. She's coping. She's coping. She doesn't know, or she's not logically, I don't think she's processing her relationship with Subaru. And that's why the moment from the last episode, episode 10, it felt like there's these undercurrents that I'm worried about. So I'm having trouble fully loving everything that's happening. Like I love it narratively, but like loving it and feeling the emotion with Subaru, you know? I'm feeling like there's some issues here, but I'm sure we'll get into those eventually. I'm pretty sure like they're meant to be there, right? Obviously, they were written here for a reason, you know. Unless I haven't read the full story, so I don't have the full I haven't read any of the story. I haven't watched the full story, so I don't have any of the context. Because you might think like maybe the reason that Rem is acting like this is just so we can have a booba character that lusts over the main character as like a power fantasy, you know? There's always that risk, especially in like an isekai. Not that I've watched many isekai. This is my second isekai. I've watched Konosuba, which doesn't really count. Season 1 only. Point being though, that I have enough trust in the story that it's not using Rem just as a like harem fill-in. There's always the risk. But I do hope that there will be some additional development. We'll keep pressing into some of these issues, you know, because I think they're there and I think they're juicy. Man. Freaking Iron Fang. I just like look at this line. This is a good example of why I'm not dealing with Iron Fang. I don't like Iron Fang. I did super duper good. Like you're acting like an 8-year-old, right? And that's like the joke. That's like the thing. You know, you're like super young and you're tiny and you're a cat. So why are you in my battle? Why are you in my battlefield? We're doing this crazy Wilhelm avenging lost love, fighting against the love, all this stuff, these really crazy thematic boom boom booms. And then Iron Fang is just here pogging. Punt you like a football. It is what it is. No, if you like Iron Fang, no shame, I guess. It just ain't my style, dog. This was a great shot of the two of them, by the way. This tilted camera angle, and it's like the sky and the rainbow. Great stuff. I'm saying a lot of great stuff. It's just like, dude, think about this. Okay, a girl's into me, right? I know, hypothetical, right? Girl's into me, hypothetical. I'm not going to hug her and bury my, you know, I'm not going to do this. This is romantic. I don't want to lead her on because I think that's kind of messed up. And Subaru's not leading her on, I guess, because he's made it very clear that he's into Amelia. But like to do these like very intimate, like quasi-romantic activities with Rem, it makes me feel bad for Rem. It's like, Rem, I feel like you're making this horrible mistake. Not horrible, but you're kind of fun. Like you're you know, there's an issue here, man. And I keep talking about that. And like Subaru, I think Subaru seeing is like a super intimate friendship, which how could you not after last episode, right? So in that way, it's not like he's cheating on his emotions with Amelia or anything, or like, you know, playing double. Though you could definitely argue that. I wouldn't argue it personally, that he's like playing both of them like romantically or like too intimately. Because I do think you can have like a really beautiful, intimate friendship, not relationship like romantically, but like friendship, even with someone of the opposite gender, assuming you're attracted to the opposite gender, and it still be like fine, you know, even if you have like a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever. So like the issue is that Rem doesn't see it like that. So like Amelia, like let's say Subaru and Amelia are boyfriend girlfriend. They went on a date. That's as far as they are. So I'm kind of jumping the shark. But let's say they're boyfriend girlfriend. If Rem is lusting over Subaru, and this is public knowledge, and Subaru is doing this kind of activity with Rem, how's Amelia feel about that? Because I can tell you, if I'm with a girl, right, and a girl has a really powerful, beautiful relationship with this dude, and it's like, I'm fine with it, but then they start cuddling together or whatever, I ain't fine with that. That's getting weird. Because I feel like maybe I just don't trust. Maybe it's a lack of trust on my end, but it's like, I think there's just too much risk of like overlapping I think there's just a risk in overlapping your empathy, or not empathy, your intimate emotional relationship with a romantic or a sexual or an etc. kind of thing. I think the overlap between these groups are why this activity between Subaru and Rem, when Subaru has eyes for Amelia and when Rem has eyes for Subaru, causes me issues and makes me like feel like there's problems. That's basically where I'm at. I am really curious if you could do the Subaru to Rem, or the Rem is Subaru, or frick. Rem is Subaru, Subaru is Amelia, that thing. I'm interested in that idea because it's giving Subaru, but it's different because the thing with Amelia is that Amelia has had to deal with an overpossessive Subaru. And I would say Rem is overpossessive, but Subaru doesn't see that way. So Subaru hasn't had to dealt with an overpossessive Rem. I think if he had to deal with an overpossessive Rem, then that would give him an incredible amount of insight into his situation with Amelia because he has overpossessive qualities when dealing with Amelia. So if he could see his negative self reflected in Rem, I think that'd be so positive for his development. And that would be really home run juicy right there. So I'm really hoping we get into some of that with Rem specifically and her things with Subaru, and then like I think there's an untapped well there. Hopefully it gets tapped. If it doesn't get tapped, GG, it's okay. I'll forgive you. I'll let it slide. Felix, support character, great support character. You're just hitting them with the heels, love it. Krush, great lines. Honor, you're very honorable. I'm here for it. Ricardo looks like a furry OC. I don't understand why he's in this show. And he's just kind of a random, strong, furry character. He has a mohawk, man. I don't like his design. If you're a Ricardo simp away. It's fine. It ain't my style. That's the crazy thing. It ain't my style. In the same way that Iron Fang and Iron Hitaro, right? Or Hitaro? Heterosexual and what's her name? Iron Fangasexual. Yeah. That was horrible. I'm sorry I said that. I'm just rambling at that point. These three though, like, don't do it for me. None of the Anastasia department is lacking. And that's not saying they're bad characters, but that's me saying that I don't like their genres of character. The furry OC and then the little, like the child that's OP in battle for like, and that's like, I'm cute. That's just, not my style. That's okay though. If it's your style, it's okay. Okay. What else am I trying to talk about? It's crazy. It's crazy because I'm looking over at my other monitor, right? And my recording says 1:59:38. And I'm trying to hit that 2-hour mark if I'm here. But I'm like out of things to say. I had that big ramble in the beginning, so I'm like, my mental is just tapped right now. Because I mean, I could talk about that. That like, I think there's something so crazy. I'll talk about this. This is worth talking about. This isn't a ramble. Don't click off. Don't click off. Don't click off. There's such a difference between watching a show the way I usually would watch a show when I'm alone, which is just kind of like much more passive, and then actively trying to get into it, like I'm obviously trying to do here. Because I mean, this is a 49-minute thing, but I've been talking about it for an extra hour on top. And that's not me bragging as much as it's me saying it's very different than watching it normally. And in a lot of ways, I get a lot more out of the show, right? I feel like I would have just not given as nearly as much thought to Rem as I feel like I had a couple breakthroughs with Rem in the beginning there. I never would have done any of that, felt any of that if I wasn't thinking about it. So there is something really positive there in thinking. In like actively trying to tear it apart. And I'm doing it for me, but I'm also doing it for y'all, right? So it's like, but I think there's a me part in there as well that it's like you can gain something from that. Or I'm doing it for y'all, but like I think there's an inner gain that I can get just like myself. So that's an open invitation, you know, when you're watching shows, I would definitely recommend like ask yourself, what are the themes I'm looking at here, right? What are they trying to tell me? What are these characters telling me? Like, how can I apply this to my life? You know, there's like so much, at least in a lot of good shows. A lot of shows aren't good that exist. That's just how they work, right? There's just a lot of them that aren't good. That's okay. But like when you're actually finding something that there's stuff to work with, which, you know, ReZero, I would say is a show that has stuff to work with, then like, you know, give it a try. See, like, give it the active thought. Really digest it. I mean, I think about this hoe whenever I'm just walking around sometimes, or like going to sleep, or like reading some of y'all comments, which I'm careful not to hit spoilers, you know, but there's like so much to dig into, and it's so different from a passive watch where I don't think I would have appreciated Rem. I probably would have appreciated Subaru close to where I'm at, because Subaru's development and like his stuff is very like comes very natural. I think it's like expressed very clearly and like cleanly in the show, and it just, his ideas and his flaws are extremely relatable to me. like as an individual. So I think I would have been able to pick up on that really, really quickly. Or like not quickly as much as even watching passively. And there's definitely like, you know, and that's kind of the fun part of like, I guess these types of channels, because obviously you're on a reaction channel, right? That's what I'm doing right now. Because there's a lot to dig into, and there's so many ways you can apply it into your lives, and I don't know, I just love like stories and shows and etc. That there's just some crazy good stuff there. So just to try to tear it apart in like it's like a grape, and I'm trying to juice the grape and get every drop out of it, you know. But it's crazy because you just keep juicing it. Wow, I cut to Subaru with his face in Rem. But you keep juicing it, just like you're wringing Rem's corpse, right? You keep juicing it, and you can keep getting stuff out of it. I don't know if you can, not for ad infinitum, or for infinity, right? But there's a lot to be there. And man, is Subaru going to be able to like deal with Julius? I mean, this is the test of what he's been building himself back up, but this is the test where we're starting to shake that new from zero foundation again. And I'm looking forward to it. But honestly, that's probably gonna do it for this episode 11 of ReZero. On to the next episode 12. If you like the video, if you want to subscribe, if you are new, join the Discord if you have anything to talk about. Comment down below if you have anything to talk about. Notification bell, bring, if you would like to. Of course, no pressure on any of those, but I do appreciate if you do. If you like this video, don't like the video, I already said that. But I'll be seeing you on the next one, episode 12. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.